Okay, so hello to all our audience of Melzone Radio Show. We are today at the Westill Festival. This is the 9th edition in VALLET, France, and we are glad to welcome a band coming from California, USA. I name Brant BJORK Trio, and we are with Brant. So, thanks, welcome at the Westill Festival. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. Yeah.
So, we're going to talk about your album, Once Upon a Time in the Desert, was released in September 2024, that's right, through Duna Records. For me, and I know for a lot of people, it marks a return to your roots. What inspired you for this project?
Well, I would say that what inspired me to make this particular record is the same thing that inspired me to make every record I made prior, which is my passion for music and rock music in particular, and passion for my music, the music that I feel like I want and need to create. So it's the same thing that fuels my my desire to be creative every time, which is just contributing to rock music, like I said, because it was something that I'm born from rock music, and I want to kind of give back to it and learn more about it and explore it.
It's your way of life.
It's my way of life. Yeah, pretty much. It's like a lifestyle. Yeah.
Lifestyle. Can you introduce the other members of the band?
Mario Lally plays bass, and Mike Amster plays drums.
How the dynamic between the three of you for this new trio?
Well, Mario Lally and I go back many, many years. We both grew up in the same area in the desert. He was kind of like an older brother for me. So I've been playing music with and around Mario Lally since I was 13 years old.
Like brothers.
Yeah. My first public performance was opening up for one of his bands back in around 87. So Mario and I have a very close musical bond and non-musical bond. We're friends and have been for many years. And so the musical connection is such that we just don't have to do a whole lot of thinking. Of course, Mario is a very busy guy. He's got many projects himself. So we both patiently waited till we found the right time to work together closely like this. Drummer Mike Amster, he's new to the trio. He came in about a year ago, but we've known him for many years. Very familiar with his drumming. We were very excited to have him be part of it. He plays with fire. He's young and he plays with fire. And we like that. So it's a good combo. I kind of, Mario plays with groove and volume, and I play with groove, but I'm kind of laid back, and then Mike kind of pumps us. So
it fits perfectly.
It's a nice combination. Yeah. And of equal importance, Mike is a really swell guy. And so that makes things even more exciting.
Okay, so the Westill Fest is a French stop after you play in Paris yesterday. Yeah, you play at Le Café de la Danse. Yeah, that's right. What does the French scene represent for you? Did you know it a little bit?
Well, I'll answer that question by saying when I first started coming over to Europe in the early 2000s, I had this particular booking agent who was centered in, I won't mention the name, but he was centered in, he was kind of a bigger guy, and he was centered in London. And him and I argued because he didn't want to book me in France. And I argued with him, and he said, "Dude, there's no point. They're not into rock music." And I thought, well, that just sounds ridiculous, because the French are just into music. And I told him, well, I'm going to go to France. And I stopped working with him so I could be independent and play in Europe where I wanted to play. And I started coming to France in the early 2000s, and it was everything that I expected it to be. I mean, I played France earlier with Fu Manchu and stuff, and it was fantastic. So, and I'm not just saying this. France has always been one of my favorite places to play, and it's always been one of my favorite European countries, you know, because there's such a rich history of art appreciation and you know, so it's an honor for me to be able to come to France, perform my music, and have people appreciate it. It's wonderful.
And an honor for us to receive you in France. I was talking about the label Donner Records. That is your own label. That is reborn from this first album. What are your upcoming projects for this label? Did you have other projects?
Many projects. Many, yeah. You know, no one knows exactly what the future holds, but the idea is to just release music that I'm excited about. And my own music, other artists who I admire and love and respect. I have a long list. I can't say for sure exactly who and how and why and when, but I'm going to do my best to release some really, really cool music with Duna. That was my ultimate vision 25 years ago, and it's a game of patience. Sometimes you have to wait.
Yeah, because you cross many decades in the industry in general. To have a label today, what is your opinion? You have your own label, Donner Records, but what do you think about being having your own label today into 2025?
Well, it's just an extension of how I am as an artist, you know. It's important to me. It might not be important to music at large, but for me it's important, and it's part of my passion. I was born as a musician in the mid 80s, early 80s hardcore scene, and you know, bands like Black Flag and Minor Threat were important to me, but not just because of their music, but also because they put out their own music. And so that was always a motivating factor for me.
Music, the attitude, everything around.
Yeah, well, it's just like I like to make sure that I can control the quality and of my music. You know, I'm not looking to sell them. What I do is I've never been interested in selling large amounts of records, you know.
The first thing is you have to be satisfied first, and after, if you can sell a cut, it's okay, a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so Brant, after more than 30 years in the business, I said just like with what still motivates you to go on stage?
Yeah, I mean, it's like any passion. You're never fully satisfied. You know, I want to just give more. I want to be better. I want to feel deeper feelings, and that's why you commit a life to it, because you never really get there. but the good news is that the journey is the pleasure. Yeah.
Thank you. Interesting. Can you tell us what is the record that changed your life? The one that made you say, I want to do that, this kind of music.
Well, I saw Rock and Roll High School, the movie, when I was very young on TV, and the Ramones made me feel like I might have a chance at being in a band. But it wasn't until I heard hardcore punk, like I said, DOA and Black Flag, and that was the stuff that made me realize I can do this, and so that kind of got me involved in the local punk scene in the desert and stuff. But I quickly grew out of that because I love music and I wanted to explore. But the record that's my all-time favorite record, well, I have two. And those two records that haunt me to this day in terms of they're just so great is Are You Experienced by Jimi Hendrix and Disraeli Gears by Cream.
I agree. I agree with you. These are two fantastic albums. I want to have your opinion now about the social media, because what is your relationship and your opinion on social media for a band like yours, and without like us, and now with, what is your opinion about that?
Well, my opinion of social media is that it can serve just as much positivity as negativity. And that seems to be the nature of all technical evolutions. It can be used for good and it can be used for bad. And all we can do is hope that people use it for good. That's it. I don't know what else to say. But it is. It's a fascinating time we're living in. It's the information age. And it's pretty overwhelming, but it's also very entertaining. It's very exciting, disturbing. It's a roller coaster of emotions, and but all we can do is just hope for the best.
Just take the best of it. Yeah. Okay. If you weren't a musician, what profession would you have liked to pursue?
I really liked movies as a kid. I probably would have gotten into like screenwriting or something like that. I still write a lot, but I just thought that was an impossibility. But yeah, I write a lot even today. So I like to write. I might be a writer.
A writer. Okay, a writer. Where is your favorite place to write or compose? Is it the desert? Is it the studio? Is it the nature? Can you tell us more?
My favorite place is to just sit on my couch at home. Yeah, it's like I got my little corner and my little table, and I could just, I got a nice view of my little porch, and a lot of birds come up. I like to look at the birds. So that's my zone.
Okay, your zone.
That's my zone.
Compose and to think, to write. Okay. So, Brant, if you could collaborate with any musician, living or dead, who would you choose? I know maybe there is many, but if there is one, you can choose.
That's a big question.
Yeah, I know.
Wow. Jeez Louise.
Yeah.
Well, I'm kind of overwhelmed. I don't know. I honestly have to think about that one. If there's one musician I could collaborate with, living or dead.
Yeah. There is come to your mind now. Say, no. So many.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Okay, no
There's
problem.
so many. Yeah, it's so many.
I can let you a few minutes if you want to. Okay, to think about it. What is the best advice you have ever received, if you've received one, in your artistic career?
That's a good question. Wow, I'd have to think about that too. Um, in 1992, I had an offer from a guy to buy my publishing from Caius. And Chris Goss, my friend and producer at that time, excuse me, he said, don't ever sell your publishing. And I never forgot that, and I never did. And so to this day, I own the publishing of every song I've ever written. That was pretty good advice.
Pretty good one. Yeah, pretty good one. Cool. Thank you for this memory. So you played at the Westill Festival, as I said, the 9th edition. What is the near future for the band after the festival? Did you have other shows or maybe a festival, a winter festival plan?
Well, we fly tomorrow morning. We fly to London. We have a show in London. And then the morning after, we fly back to Europe and resume our tour in Madrid. And we'll do a couple shows in Spain, come back up, show in Switzerland, a couple shows in Germany, and then up to Scandinavia. Yeah.
So crossing Europe, yeah, for the next. Okay, very busy. That's cool. Okay, Brant, I don't know if you have reflected my question just before or not. But I won't insist if you don't think about one. No problem.
I mean, as a drummer, I would have liked to have played with, I would have liked to have played with Cream as a drummer. And then as a guitar player, like, I wouldn't mind collaborating with like Bob Marley. I think he could teach me a thing or two. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Okay. Okay, cool. Cool, very cool. So, Brant, did you have a word for the end? Something to add?
Sorry?
Did you have a word for the end? Something to add before the end of the interview?
It's always a pleasure to be in France. Thank you for all the support over the years. And let's just keep the rock rolling.
Very cool. Thank you very much. This was Brant from Brant BJORK Trio here at the Westill Festival. We wish you, of course, a lot of good things for you, for the band, for your families, the success you deserve. Buy products, physical products, merchandising, very important for the bands nowadays. Don't hesitate. And thank you.
Thank you.
Have a nice time in France.
Merci.